bass fishing's not a real job. You don't know what it's like to work. If you work 30 years hard labor like me to understand what a work is, guys, these guys have no freaking clue what they're talking about. They've never done it. They don't know what it is. It's all speculation. They have this this myth in their mind that professional bass fishing on the tour level is just some gravy train, fun, nothing but fun. You're getting to fish all the time, all that type of deal. So let's set the rules straight, or set the situation straight. And I'm going to explain to these dudes that think they know what they're talking about, that don't know what they're talking about, what the reality of the situation is. Now, when I'm talking about being a professional bass fisherman, I'm not talking about fishing some regional circuit or some no-name offshoot circuit or some local circuit. I'm talking about the tour level event, especially the tour level event prior to the cheater box. Because prior to the cheater box, you had to be a real fisherman and you had to earn your way there. You didn't have your way, you weren't paved to success by artificial technology. I'm talking about real bass anglers prior to forward-facing sonar, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. In my opinion, any success that has been gained through forward-facing sonar is illegitimate. That's the way I feel. I always feel like that. Okay, given that, let me explain to these dudes out there that think pro fishing is not a job. Let me explain the reality of it. When you're on the tour level event, and when I'm talking about the hardcore tour level, I'm talking about the old Bassmaster Top 100s, the Bassmaster Top 150, and the FLW Tour back when it first started. Those are the three examples I'm giving, all prior to the cheater box. Let me explain to you how hard and how much work this is. First of all, let's just forget about the fact of what it took to get there, the sacrifices and the work and the things that you had to do just to actually get to that position of being a Bassmaster Top 100 or Top 150 angler, which is a whole nother deal out there to begin with. And I'm explaining to you guys how much work this is once you get there. And first of all, a lot of you guys that say, Randy, get a job. I've had jobs. I worked an assembly line for 3 years on a night shift and went to school full time to save up for my first bass boat. I did nothing but bus tables and wash cars and mow grass for a decade, so I'd have enough money to fish 1 year on the Bassmaster circuit back in the 80s. I know what it is to work a, quote, traditional job. But given that, since I do know that, and since I have done that, I can tell you that professional bass fishing is as difficult and as much work as anything. I don't care if you're a lineman or if you're, whatever your position is. Every